When you want to give up, when your heart's about to break, remember that you're perfect. God makes no mistakes. Say you're welcome. Ooh. Hey, what's up, my people? My name is Gias Nicholas, and I am a lion, meaning I am a Cameroonian. Actually, I want to drop a Cameroonian tag because I've been seeing people doing a lot of tags. I mean, it's a cool thing. It's a good way to share the way you felt. I mean, how you grew up and stuff you live. I have a lot of stories to tell about myself that I can't go into details because I actually had a parcours, like the French would say. A parcours is an, I can't say it's an upbringing, but my path my path is not actually as usual as with every other person. I live in France and I'm actually Anglophone. I was born in my village, which is Wangri, in the Dongan Mountain Division, Northwest region. That's what they call it. They don't call it provinces anymore. So I actually did my primary school in several schools because my father was a teacher and he taught in so many schools in so many villages, mostly Catholic schools because I'm from a very strong Catholic family. So I schooled in Wangri, my village, Binka, Ondu, and Loambot and Okambot. And it was quite a cool time. I mean, I had fun during my primary school. I had a lot of friends. I mean, we did a lot of crazy things. I was actually someone who loved studying, so I was not really much into sports and things like that. I was not very popular in primary school, but I was known actually because my father was known for so many things in my village. He brought about a lot of good things in my village. I mean, he made a lot of sacrifices. He was a scholar and he could have taken better jobs somewhere, but he preferred to stay in his region. I mean, to help do a lot of things in the village. So I was popular because of my father. And actually, I had my older sister Pascaline. She was really pretty, very beautiful, and she was also one of the big girls in primary school. And I had a little sister, Virginie, who was younger. She was not famous too, but it was cool. I mean, it was really nice. We had fun. But I had a problem because I did not go to the secondary school because after my primary school, my family didn't have any money anymore to send me to the secondary school. So my friends, me and my classmates, went ahead of me. Well, I stayed at home, and I'm very angry about that because I missed all of the parties, all of the fun. I mean, the uniforms, all the stuff that guys do in secondary school that I didn't do. I really feel bad about it. So I want you to know that if you had the chance to do that, you should feel grateful and thankful to your parents who had the money and willingness to send you to that school. 4 years later, I was able to get back on my feet, which means that I studied at home and I wrote my O level. I had it, and that was a really cool time for me. I had it before my friends who had even gone ahead of me to the secondary school. So I jumped that level of education, and next thing I did was I worked. I did a lot of things, but I was always attracted to music. So I started by being a rapper. I used to be a very good rapper and I wanted to be a rapper. My family didn't like it, so I had to stop. And secondly, I decided to play the guitar. They were really cool with that and I was cool with it too, so the guitar was good. I mean, I started it and I continue till today. I play the guitar. I play the rock guitar actually, and I'm trying to see how I can do a fusion of rock and Makossa music. Makossa and rock, Makossa rock. BQT. So those are the kinds of music I'm trying to see if I can create a fusion of the different kinds of music together. Well, and after that part of my, I always wanted to work in a French cultural center. Uh, I didn't have the chance to do that. So in 2003, I left. That's when I came to Europe. And next thing I did, I tried first of all to put myself up to date academically. So as an Anglophone, I had to do DELF. DELF is a system. It's a French evaluation system. So first degree in linguistics and communication sciences, something I used to like to, because I used to like languages, but that was not enough. And finally, I ended up with a master's degree in cultural mediation and communication. And that's actually why I'm here, because we need to talk about the cultural industry in Cameroon. You see, back in the days, in the 70s and in the 80s, we were at the top. We did a lot of good things. We had a structured musical industry, cultural industry, should I say. But we failed because the Cameroonian cultural industry did not prepare itself for the arrival of new technology. And actually, culture evolves. Just like everything changes, languages evolve, everything evolves. So cultures also evolve. The Cameroonian cultural industry, specifically the musical industry, did not prepare itself for the .com proliferation, and that's the reason why you see today we are backward and Nigeria has taken over, because they prepared for technology. They did not actually have a very solid industry, but when technology came, they embraced technology and they tried to insert into culture all aspects of technology and all aspects of the society. For instance, in Cameroon, the hip hop community is completely neglected because they think that it's something, they see it as something that make the youths go crazy, but it's not true. If you have to talk about culture, it has to do with social practices, and at a particular point in time, it is influenced by so many events, so many things. So for culture to actually take its place in the society, you have to take into consideration the diversity of its audiences. For instance, you have the youth, the adults, you have the children. So you have to consider all of this when you're talking about culture. And the youths are the people who are much more active in culture. The industry actually didn't prepare itself well for technology, so it made it the way that actually I have a project and I'm coming back home soon, and the project is going to rebrand the musical industry and make it the way that we could market it at the international level. Secondly, I want to actually rebrand the artistic industry to make it the way that artists could live their lives. I mean, not having to go left and right and struggle, because we have a lot of cultural heritage that we do not really see. But the truth is, Cameroonians are the best musically speaking. If you listen to Makossa, actually, the musical content of Makossa is rich. But the truth is, we have to take into consideration when we are making music the diversities of the audiences that exist right now. And the problem we have now is that we're not looking at that. I mean, people don't look at, for instance, rap should have had its way into Makossa ever since, and the modern way of doing music is not like in those days when you had to play the guitar and you had to play guitar by a guitarist and stuff like that. Even if you have to do that now, you really have to think of conceiving the kind of music that will touch not only the Makossa, the hip hop audience. And I think we should not try to conserve our culture. We should try to preserve it instead. We should try to keep the ones that we have already. We should document the music we have, and we should make sure that music is presented to the world as it is now, so that we will have things to offer to the international public, the international market. I mean, that's what I mean. So that's it, and I hope you had fun listening to me. I don't know what really people say on the tags, but man, I just want to say that if you're Cameroonian, I love you very much. But I want you to know too that it takes a Cameroonian devoid of the Cameroonian pride to be a leader